Cornwall, a mecca for surf lovers from all over Britain. But some fear the south coast's wild waves are under threat following a proposal to tap into the area's rich tin resources. Around 22,000 tonnes of the mineral, worth around £300 million, is thought to remain on the seabed as a result of centuries of waste tin from mining being flushed into nearby rivers and streams and out to sea. One company is keen to get its hands on the tin by dredging and sifting the sand on the seabed. But surfers fear this could be hugely damaging, not only to their sport, but to the whole area.
The impact of this proposal could be that a lot of the sediment will get taken away and will be mobilised where usually it would stay quite static in its own little cell. And what the sediment does for surfers is it builds up into what we call sandbanks, and it encourages waves to break in a certain fashion that's really good for surfing. And when we've seen similar projects along this stretch of coastline in the past, we've seen really detrimental impacts on the quality of surf.
Back in the 80s, the same company, Marine Minerals, was involved in dredging here, but the price of tin made the project unprofitable, and the impact on marine life was substantial. These days, the company wants to apply a more sustainable method, replacing 95% of the sediment immediately to avoid impacting on the currents and waves. The remaining residue, rich in tin, would then be processed in a factory.
The use of tin is gone into mobile phones and all the circuitry that goes into all modern electronics, and the consequences of it, there is a huge demand and a much better price.
But some are still sceptical that this time round things will be different.
I think the company who are proposing this project are perhaps pulling the wool over people's eyes by saying that they have a new method. The method's going to be the same, it's going to be a variation of an old method.
If Marine Minerals does get the go-ahead, dredging could begin as early as 2015. But whether the work will impact the size of Cornwall's notorious swell, only time and tide will tell.